So what is your name and where are you from?
My name's Adam Rankin, and I'm from London, Ontario.
My name's Justin Lang, and I'm also from London, Ontario.
So, could you tell me about your educational background that led you to this lab?
I went to university at Western Ontario for my undergraduate degree, and I did it in mechanical engineering. I also did an internship at a medical company, which pushed me into this area.
I did my undergrad here at Western in Comp Sci. Then I did a master's in Comp Sci in AI for games. Then I went to work for a couple of years in the games industry in Montreal. Then I worked for a startup in Kingston. And then I finally found Gabor Fittinger's lab at Queen's University doing similar work. And I kind of grew to love it. Eventually, my wife got into medical school here in London. And so I transferred to Terry Peters' lab. And so now I'm doing a PhD.
So why did you go into research?
I had worked in games, I had worked in industry, and I had worked in research as a software developer, so I pretty much had exposure to sort of all the different facets of software that you could create, and I really enjoyed sort of the research atmosphere and the freedom to pursue new ideas, the hopeful goal that you'll find something that helps people.
I liked the idea of working on something new that would maybe help somebody someday, and the pace of research is a nice pace to work at as a student.
What interests you the most about your work?
I like that every day is different. Every day I show up in the lab and it can change a lot from day to day, and variety is very nice in a workplace.
We're doing really cutting edge things with brand new hardware and always working with new ideas, and it's very stimulating, I suppose. How would you describe the dynamic in the lab?
It's really good. It's a nice place to work. Everybody's very helpful if you have a question. And there's a lot of diverse backgrounds, so if you're stuck in an area, there's usually somebody who has experience or a good background to come help you out.
Yeah, I think that's what I would comment on too, is just there's so much of a broad knowledge base that you rarely ever get stuck. You can go ask someone for help with mathematics to modeling to hardware, lots of support. I really like how approachable everyone is. I never even felt once intimidated to go and talk to either Dr. Peters or Dr. Chen or Dr. Khan. Really, I don't know, it's a pretty nice, easygoing group. We do a lot of social events too, which make it interesting, and it's a good place to be.
Yeah. What are some challenges or obstacles you face in your work?
Time. I get it. When I was younger, I had lots of free time, and now that I'm really in my PhD and really enjoying my work, I find that there are projects left, right, and center, and there's always so much to do. And I mean, the summers are great because all the meetings are canceled. So, but it still feels like there's not enough time. So. Time, yeah, that's an obstacle. There's always the usual. I mean, I run deep into coding issues that I don't know how to solve, and there's not always a resource for other coders, so that's lots of Googling.
Definitely, research itself kind of puts you on the cutting edge of something new, so there isn't always somebody else that you can go ask that very specific question where you need to figure out that one problem. So sometimes you're just sort of stuck on very particular issues that no one's ever tried before.
How will your work affect the general public?
I hope that the end result of my work is the ability to create patient models that I can hand to a surgeon when they're kind of stumped or working on a tough cardiac case, where they can take the model and look at it and get a much better understanding of what they're about to do in their procedure. So that when they get in there and they start looking at it under ultrasound or fluoro, it's not very confusing and they're not surprised by the anatomy.
I guess my work, I'm trying to guide surgeons as they perform minimally invasive surgeries. So my goal is to help them see what they're doing as they're doing it without injuring the patient. Well, injuring the patient less, it's still surgery, and then hopefully not injuring the staff at all. So.